today's lesson, we're going to use a tool that's also located in the pen tool tool compartment. And this is the anchor point tool. Sometimes I call it the convert anchor point tool. I used to call it the V-shaped tool, even though it's upside down. This is a very interesting and useful tool when you're using the pen tool, because you can go back and edit curves that you drew with your pen tool. In an earlier lesson, we talked about using the pen tool and how to draw curves with the pen tool. And I'm just going to draw some curves out here and then go back and show you guys the anchor point tool. So I'm going to click, and remember it's a click and drag, and you get these Bezier curves. And when I let go, that kind of gives us the curve. If I let go and just go and draw the next point, then that previous one went straight through the point. If I click back on the point, I can have the curve kind of break at that point and come out in a different direction. So I'm going to draw some kind of like, weird goofy shape here, and that's that. Okay, so let's say I was drawing a shape and it's kind of close to what I want, but it's not exactly what I want. You can go back in and use the anchor point tool. So I click and hold on the pen tool in the pen tool toolbox, and I get the anchor point tool. This is it's Shift and C will get you to the tool on the keyboard, but whenever it's multiple keys, I try not to remember those. Okay, so we're going to go back out here, and I'm going to show you how this tool works. Let's say I wanted this point here to have a different curve to it, and I'm going to completely edit the curve by just clicking on the point. If you just click on the point and drag, it will you'll get another set of Bezier curves, and the handlebars come out, and you can click and drag and let go. If I click at the end of the handlebar, then I can bend it in a different direction, and this allows the curve to go in and out of the point in different directions. By clicking singularly on a point, it'll turn the point from a curved point, and it actually gets rid of the handlebars and makes it a straight edge. So I can click and drag and make a point. If I don't like that, I can click back on the point, and I can also click back on the point and drag this out, and I can click on the handlebars and move them independently of the other handlebar. Okay, so it takes a little getting used to, but it's nice to know that you can always edit your curves. By the way, if you click and drag it in the wrong direction, you'll end up with a loop-de-loop object, and this will actually not be filled in here. So if I change my color real quick for you guys so you can see what's going on. This part is kind of messy. I didn't think that would be filled in, but it is. But anyway, you got to be careful with which way you are dragging these. So if you wanted to fix this point, you're going to have to drag these back around, or just click back on the point and then redraw it so that it's not looping over itself. Okay, so that's how you do that. So what's interesting is that if you let's say you wanted to convert this rectangle into like some kind of elliptical shape, you could draw the rectangle with one of the shape tools, and then you can go back in with the V-shape tool, and you can click and drag these out. And as long as you click and drag them, there's my loaf of bread. If I click and drag them in the right direction, you'll see you'll have a nice curve go through there. Okay, and now I have some kind of rock or something. All right, so that's one thing you can always do is edit your points once they're drawn. This comes in real handy. Let's say you want to draw a heart, and one of the things that I use for a heart is basically there's going to be 4 points in a heart. There's going to be a bottom, there's going to be the top where it creases down, and there's going to be 2 sides of the heart. So we know it'll be hard to do that with the regular pen tool and get it nice and symmetrical. So I'm going to start with a symmetrical shape. Then I'm going to take my V-shape tool, and if I click and drag on the top here, then I could start to manipulate. Now I drag that out, and now I'm going to grab this end of the handlebar. So I let go, I grab this end of the handlebar, and I drag this straight up. And I'll get these even. And then I have kind of like a pear-ish type shape. And if I want to, I can select both these points. So I'm using the direct selection tool, and I'm going to select only both these points. So I clicked away from it first, I click and drag through the middle, so I capture these side points. So the only 2 points are selected right now, and these are filled in. This one's not. The bottom one's not filled in. I only have these 2 points. So when I drag these up, I'm now turning this into a heart shape. And at the very bottom of the heart shape, if I go back to my convert anchor point tool, I can click back on this, and here we go. And now I have a heart. So I'll have a whole lesson on just hearts, but I just wanted you to get the feel for being able to manipulate objects using your convert anchor point tool and your direct selection tool. Okay.